Oh, I gotta release this bit.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Rise of Nyarlathotep, where we tell you if you're buying NFTs, you're a fucking idiot.
Hell
So,
yeah!
let's hop in this and go around the table because we got some just wild energy before jumping into this. We're talking about advertising. Uh, I am Lucas. I am your caffeinated dungeon master for the day. My pronouns are he, him. Ian.
I'm Ian. My pronouns are he, they, and I'm holding a delightful Bulbasaur that I found for $20. He's winking. But he's gonna be my comfort and support in case something horrible happens today's session, which it probably will.
I gave you a beach episode. Now it's my turn.
I know. Now I'm just So I'm fully expecting horrible nightmare stuff. Hard continue to agree with NFTs being garbage. If you're the one NFT fan in our stream, get out. Now that I'm done alienating that one person, I play Weary, they, them, Artificer, Tiefling. Recently got to wear a fun old-timey bathing suit and has a little manta ray robot now because Pesca is Pesca 2.
Hey, Meg.
Hi, I'm Meg. My pronouns are she, they. I'm playing your favorite socially anxious druid. Godling, druid, I know I forgot an adjective in there. Alora, whose pronouns are they, them. Y'all had a beach episode. I did not. Now I'm scared. I saw that one of our favorite NPCs died, which, to be fair, calling him one of our favorite doesn't really work when we keep saying all of them are our favorites. But anyway, yeah, big sads. I got to see the clip about Glyph and their existential crisis number 50,000. That hurt. Beyond that, I still have no fucking clue what's going on. So we're in for a ride tonight.
Yeah. Jess.
There, I'm Jess. My pronouns are she, her. Yes, I play Glyph, our sad, awkward robot who's going through it, but maybe now might be going through it a little less after that pep talk last episode. So yeah, their pronouns are they, them, and yeah, Meg, you missed a lot.
Eve.
Hello, I'm Eve, and I am playing TK37, the telekinetic goblin super soldier. And I don't think she's going to be that concerned about Billy because she's never met him.
Wait, really?
No, she has never met Billy.
Oh wow, what a you're always gone at that perfect moment.
I've met other Billies. She's never met this Billy.
I see. Jason.
Hey, I'm Jason, and I'm playing Kratok, the Simply Superb Plurian Bard. We're both he, him. And here NFT stands for non-fungible trauma.
On that note, as the apocalypse begins, so the music and sound effects for today's episode are brought to us by Sirenscape. Do you want relaxing music to be playing in your home at the same time while you're watching a terrifying show because you just have this weird fixation on having multiple different sounds going at the same time? You can fulfill this dream with Sirenscape. So check it out. And we have our lovely maps as we are sponsored by Roll20. Head on over to Roll20 if you want to play online. If you just don't think that seeing people in the people person is your thing right now, that's fair. It's been a long time since everyone's properly socialized and we're all awkward as hell. So stay online. Head on over to Roll20 and check it out. They got dice, they got maps, they got it all. All right, previously on Rise of Nyarlathotep, we had a beach episode. Our players got to relax. They got to have an emotional breakdown, but then build themselves back up and then go out to the beach. Alora got lost in a bit of a party crowd and ended up doing like an Edward 40 hands and coming back with like a crown and stuff like that and being passed on the beach with a bunch of beer cans around them. But don't worry, the team found them. You dealt with a shark that had 2 buff sets of arms, and you learned all about how the Foundry of Steel is a real good place for if you're a person who just likes to work and you don't have a social life. So, after the party committed some fun crime, had a good time, hung out, stayed there for the night in their new beach clothes, the party is just chilling. You are all relaxing at this little beach shack. It's like a little tiki shack. You're just kind of like sitting back. You had like a nice breakfast. Alora, the people in the Foundry of Steel don't believe in having a day off from hangovers, so they actually created a hangover cure that works. So you got this wonderful hangover cure because you're not allowed missing a day of work, and you feel all right. So you all are just chilling as the gentle waves are going on by.
Yeah, TK doesn't take the hangover cure. She has taken to embracing the hangover.
I do need to know, since we all got beach makeovers, what did Alora wear to the beach?
Oh goodness. I was thinking about this the other day. I think that they like found like it's kind of like the straight like bike tard looking things. So it's like just a giant like unitard Leo thing that's just like shorts and it ends at their knee. But because of the tree leg, they basically had to like rip and pop seams, so it's just this like little flappy little bit around their their leg. But it's also still just like it's got swirly patterns of like blues and like greens and everything else, but it's just like a one piece that just kind of goes all the way down to the knee because it's very much don't perceive me, I'm awkward.
So all of you are feeling as refreshed as someone who came out of like a month-long coma and dealt with a lot of trauma and has, some terrible nightmares from a war. As refreshed as a person like that can be from a day on the beach. You spent the night here. Nothing weird happened. You had normal people conversations. And everyone here, although a little bit odd, as with most places, it was fine. You do see the white door that you came through is still up there on the hill, next to where you had ripped down the giant sign from Bywood and Bywood.
Yeah, once the again, Glyph doesn't need as much sleep as everyone else, and once the sun was rising, they kind of went out to the edge of the water and they kind of got like a really long, nice panoramic scan of the sunrise. It was really nice.
Weary is generally an early riser and did not really drink much because, the whole month-long coma thing. So they get up a little bit and stretch and change back into their regular clothing because Weary's not really sure if, how long this vacation's going to last. And one day was kind of enough to at least get a taste of what a vacation feels like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just... basically has taken out like a folding chair and has laid out like a little towel basically to start messing with the new manta ray version of Pesca.
Oh, Glyph sees you kind of setting up your stuff and comes over and seems kind of excited. Weary, good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Weary, last night, when you were telling us how the next item you needed for your life-lengthening process was the tongue of a holy man, I had an idea.
Not really where I was expecting this to go in the morning, but okay, yes. What is your idea?
I don't know if you know, but I remembered the word tongue does not have to mean tongue. It can also mean language.
Uh-huh.
So if it's the language of a holy man, perhaps you do not need a physical tongue.
Oh, so I would just have to learn a new language.
or perhaps a phrase.
Oh, do you know holy languages? I wasn't much for temples or clerics, so I never really met any.
Me scanning back.
You can comment with anything you want. If you think it sounds even something weird that maybe people said.
All I know is that at the shrines of Morgist, they would say, and I don't know what this would be in Foundry speak, but it is like, watch us as we move through the darkness.
It sounds like they're all common words that Glyph says, but it's a nonsense sentence.
Weary parrots it back at the vampire instruction tattoo.
That's clever. I like it. But let's see. High or low, Weary?
I'm gonna go low.
22.
Ah, well.
All right. You look at your arm, and you say these nonsense words that Glyph said. Glyph, you grip your head, and as do you, Weary. It hurts so much as these words are ripped from your memory. They're slowly tattooed on Weary's arm. And you look at this phrase, the both of you, and you have no idea what it means.
I'm not against new tattoos, but usually I like to know where they come from.
Weary, you look as the next part forms.
Oh, it worked.
3 cups of water.
Oh, that's a little anticlimactic. I hold up the new instructions.
Oh, it worked.
I'm gonna put obtained question mark in my inventory. And he has like vials and stuff, so I guess we'll go measure out.
Go drink the ocean.
Also,
3 cups of water.
The tattoo is also probably written in Foundry speak, which is kind of like the highwayman scratch.
Oh,
So it's
cool.
like secret writing. So you have an interesting new tattoo.
I'm the highwayman.
When you get these 3 cups of water, your tattoo lights up a bit on each part, like it goes from the first to the second to the third to the fourth, and you then see this scrawling starts forming as your arm starts bleeding.
Ah,
And it just starts like writing out the directions that you need to do. Like you need to take out the mortar and pestle. You need to mash up the heart. You need to then take the tear, drop it in. You need to take the tongue of the holy person and place it in, which you're guessing is that layer of skin with the writing on it. And you also need the 3 cups of water to mix it up and enjoy.
Okay.
Cliff is watching your arm bleed. It is like,
Yeah. Weird looks at it with shock. I'm at the final step. Obviously I can't imbibe in it until I can improve it, but I could make it.
You got to eat a part of your arm.
Yes, Sky Voice. You're right. I do have to eat a part of my arm. Not happy about it.
Sky Voice winks and then just floats away.
Damn you, Sky Voice! Weary goes over and, with permission, puts a hand on Glyph's shoulder. Is that okay?
yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for this. The bleeding is not a bad thing. It is just a new element to whatever this whole situation is. I promise you I won't be imbibing in it anytime soon. I have to maybe run some tests, maybe assure that I can actually improve it before I, turn into somebody who loses all ability to experience joy and dreams. So you won't have to worry about me yet. But, I will be running some experiments, so expect that, I guess.
No joy and no dreams. Looks wistfully out into the distance.
Are you excited by that? Is that a good thing for you?
Oh, no, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
That was me. No, Glyph's really excited and worried that you're bleeding. It is just like, I'm so glad that worked. I'm not sure what it says. It kind of feels strange in my mind now.
Well, I don't know. I don't speak the language, and it looks like it left your brain. So maybe we just unexisted some words. That's fun.
I'm sure that will have no consequences.
Oh yeah, as long as it's not something important like bathroom or I'm sorry.
Kratok, you wake up, you ruffle your feathers a bit, like you're just kind of like do like the full shakedown as you're blinking and looking at everyone, and you didn't have a nightmare tonight, or last night, I suppose.
That's a miracle. I just want to also point out, Kratok usually kind of like roosts, like as though he's sitting in a nest.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, he was flat on his back, wings and legs just totally spread out, like he's making like sand angels.
Is this the secret?
I might have to try that number for my nightmares.
So yeah, it's just all of you on the beach. You can hear the sounds of like people getting ready and like starting to like turn on devices to cook food at the different food shacks that were warring with one another in the fancy restaurant nearby. You can just you see the odd person. They look like still a little bit drunk, like picking up like an article of clothing off the beach and then walking back to one of the shacks.
Kratok kind of looks around to the others and just says, do you think we should maybe just stay here? Like, you know, not go back? I like it here.
I mean, we do have stuff to do. There's the thing that Weary's dealing with the bloody arm over there. There's blood everywhere. And what did I miss while I was gone, Kratok?
Alora, you were at the party.
I was the what?
Yeah, I don't know. You just had a big crowd of people around you. You seemed to be having a good time. We couldn't even really catch up to you. You just kept getting swept away really quickly, just doing all this cool stuff.
Oh no.
They made a sandcastle statue of you in your honor.
It was really good.
What? Where?
Like right down the beach.
Yeah,
It's still there.
It's still there because pollution is real and the sand is not good here.
Oh, that's not good. That's
Laura, you feel somewhere deep in your soul just sad as you like gaze out to this ocean and you're not sure why.
But aside from that, I guess like I rescued someone from a really jacked shark thing. We kind of followed you to this party area, had a couple beers or something. You know, I don't even know what's in those glasses sometimes. TK threw a harpoon or a spear at a board or something, and then had a vision, and yeah, you know, it was just a good time.
not a vision. You can do that now?
TK is still passed out in a hammock. She's hugging one of the mini kegs of Kilgore's best that's just been slowly leaking down over her.
Of course, that was dumb of me to try and talk to her. Of course, she's unconscious.
And everyone practice surfing, except for me. I believe I'm very heavy and probably sink.
Also made of metal. That probably was a smart call. What? Something else happened here. What happened? Something feels wrong. Nobody died. No towns got set on fire.
Oh, a swimmer was maimed, but we healed him. And he was not maimed because of our actions.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, that's good.
I made him a prosthetic foot until he could go get healing done. So he's actually sitting pretty, comparatively.
Hey, I'm glad. Okay. Should we wake up TK? Nose goes, not it. One of you has to go do it.
Neither of us have noses per se. Kind of unfair.
Actually, now that I think about it, that was actually really messed up of us to do. I'm gonna go wake up TK. Weary gently nudges TK with a little telekinetic poke.
That's wise.
TK just like does a lot.
Just getting up for the morning. Everything okay?
Yeah, no, I'm up.
All
Yeah.
right.
Take the swig of her Kilgore's.
Ah.
Tries to roll out of the hammock, but just kind of like it's getting stuck. She's having to do that back and forth.
Hair of the murdog, I see.
It's like an adult getting trapped in like a bouncy house. You're just squeaking and moving around.
Get out.
And Weary shows the now completed like recipe list for immortality. Like, hey, I'm done with this. I'm gonna put it together and see if I can make improvements, but not in a huge rush. Just letting you know, in case you have to like kill me, in case I like become like a nightmare vampire or something.
Don't worry. I promise. If you turn into something terrible, I will rip off your head.
That's why I depend on you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And
I'm
Weary-
here for you.
Yeah, where he just does a little, holds out like a single fist, unsure of like if it's a fist bump or like what the proper course of approval is.
Yeah. You know what? TK does a fist bump, and she does a hard fist bump too. It's not gentle; it hurts.
Yeah, all of Weary's knuckles cracked. Just, yep. That. Ooh, I'm really getting used to the socializing thing. Very fun.
As lovely as the speech is, I would rather not be this close to the Foundry of Steel. Or in the Foundry of Steel at all.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck this place. It smells weird, anyways.
It does.
Okay.
It's hot. It's fucking hot here. I'm all sweaty.
So we still need to go find the masks, right? Like the other ones.
Yeah, find some masks, kill some guys, save the world.
The usual. Okay. So I can't remember. I don't know what they gave me yesterday, but yikes. Where was that supposed to be at? Where was the next one? Glyph, do you remember?
Yes, it was in the Warped Woods. Resmir had headed that way. We actually received a dossier. That Glyph just has, I guess.
Yeah, you have this folder. When you open it up, there's a few like shaky photos that were taken of whom, like a ghoul. You're guessing is Resmir. They had the gray robes on. They had their hands in the reins of a couple spider horse. They had a couple wagons. There's about 3, and there's you see like 3 or 4 people on each of them. On another one of the wagons, you see this ghoul. The whole bottom of jaw is and excuse me. So yeah, they have these 3 wagons. These wagons were completely filled up with all sorts of things. They had it looks like there was like some gems, there was like some gold, looks like there were some strange items, just a lot of random stuff that they must have piled in, but they went right into the Warped Woods. And they were also showing that like in this thing there was like a little written report saying that there are very clear wagon tracks. If you follow them, you should be able to follow these wagon tracks into the Warped Woods. And that there are a number of safe houses in the Warped Woods if you have to go through it. they were set up by the wardens. So they are marked with like this. There's like a little like yellow like square with like a little yellow like triangle top on the doors of these safe houses, and they're all along the main road that goes through the Warped Woods.
It looks like their numbers are greatly diminished.
We did take an entire war to them, so I would hope.
Well, if we return to the tent city and collect the Dark Blade, we should be able to head on our way.
Oh god, do you think he's okay?
Is he ever okay?
Sorry, do you think he's bodily okay? I can't speak for his mental state. I really don't want to touch that with any kind of stick at any kind of distance.
Hopefully he's bodily a sword.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yep, like Glyph said.
Alright, let's go get our sword.
So you're all marching towards this white door. You see there's a few people, they're in like boats trying to fish out parts of the sign for buy wood and buy wood that you all threw into the ocean.
Yeah.
And like they're getting like pulled into the water, that kind of stuff. And
TK telekinetically like just flips one of the boats, just real quick offhandedly.
people are screaming as they're floating in the water. You see a couple fins come up as you all step through this door. And you hear and smell the sound of rain as you walk into once more this bustling, rainy town. There are all sorts of people here. They are like you're in sort of like the tent that had a lot of the merchant tables set up and everything. So there are people here selling wares, yelling. You see the Vacation Luminous takes their hat off of TK's head as TK's walking through. And they smell it, and they're like, oh, what? Okay, that is Vacation. And they set it off to the side. And you are looking around. There's just like a ton of merchants, people buying things. Just a few other people lined up for the Vacation door.
So last session, we forgot to bring Bubbles to the beach.
Yes.
So...
This
Don't
is
know where
true.
we left Bubbles.
I think you left them at the tent.
Oh, like with all our stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, we should go check there and get all our stuff and head into the forest.
Yes. Passing through the merchant hall, Glyph does buy a wide brim black hat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no problem. We'll say it's like 4 gold. You managed to snag one.
Ooh, limited
Big
edition.
hat.
And you were walking through like into like the muddy streets and like past a few people. You still hear like the thunderous booms of the Doom Cube as it's slowly shifting and rotating a few miles away. You get back to your tent and you see outside the tent is that person in the full plate. They look at all of you, and all of you now know that your horses are at the back of the tent outside. They set up a little tarp area, and they had to retrieve your horses last night because they were running around.
Princess, you're not dead.
Oh. Why didn't we leave these with Billy? I thought
They were-
we...
I'm petting Muffin. They were in the stables. I'm not sure why they would have been running around.
I go grab that, coincidentally, the same magic operative that I grabbed last time to bother with questions. And just like, hey, what, how did these end up here? They were in the stables before.
Okay. What? Your horses are at your tent now?
Yeah.
Did you put...
No, we left them here. We stepped out for the day.
I'm like a
Look.
research assistant?
Uh-huh. Do you have eyes to look at the world around you like a researcher might do? Can you do
Sure,
me that,
but-
Tony?
Do you know what happened to Fred's boots? Do you have eyes? Weary?
Hey, do you know my name?
Of course I know your name.
Oh, you're the same guy from before.
Yeah, you're so rude.
Oh man, wow. Yeah, I'm really trying out this new friend thing. You're not obviously not a part of that. Um, just did you hear about anything happening in the camp related to the spider horses, like a disturbance or something? Like maybe Billy had to leave early or something.
Let's see if they heard anything. No. Usually Billy's pretty loud and proud, so I mean, I feel like you would know if something happened.
Strange. Okay.
Could be some punk went in and let a bunch loose. I don't know.
Okay. Well, thanks for the assistance. You're dismissed.
You do not they're like walking away. They do not outrank me. What the hell?
And just weary, like thinking to themselves, like, if I didn't outrank them, why did they listen to me?
Oh no. You're starting to get the Karen mentality.
Oh no! It's my secret buff.
The manager equivalent in Magic.
Yeah. I want to speak to your manager this moment.
Everyone just starts screaming.
Weary says, "I am the manager."
Like hellfire appears.
This could be a really
them.
bad pun, like a manager.
So yeah,
I appreciate puns.
your horses are here. You see that Duke Ducky is just curled up on the bed in this little tiny cat ball, and your your Toad Wolf Bubbles is laying on their back. And right as you come in, TK, or you're still like feeling it, right? You're coming into this tent. You're trying to get sand off of you. You look up, and this thing is like laying on this cot, and it's like 6 feet away, and this tongue just like shoots out and licks you right across the face. And it's still laying on its back, just staring at you, its tail going back and forth.
Thank you. It's good to see you too, I guess. Goes over and taps the belly.
Yeah, it's
sits back in
stoked.
their stuff.
Laura walks in, and I'm like, Bubbles!
Yeah, it
And
accepts
like-
all the pets.
Yeah.
So you all see that the saddlebags for your horses are filled with basic provisions. You'll have things like bedrolls, water skin, rations, some rope, just some like basic stuff that you might need on your travels. And you'll all suddenly have the memory of knowing this and knowing that what's in each pocket.
I look over at Almond, the mysterious armored figure.
They're standing still in the rain.
Were they who we met? Were they with Gregor O'Connell the first time we met them?
They were not.
Oh, that was another mysterious figure?
Yeah.
Great.
Roll a perception check as you're looking over at Almond.
Okay. Ooh, big money. Oh god. 18 plus 9.
Oh, wow.
It's very high.
Now I need to remember the ranks as I'm trying to pull up my OneNotes. You look over and you see their ranking in the Adventure Guild as this slowly loads. And I click onto Organizations. And then I click Adventures Guild.
This is what's happening in Glyph's mind. They're clicking the files.
Yeah,
to
you're
find
parsing through the
information.
data.
It's like that the Jurassic Park bit where like they're like they're in that computer system and they're really
Linux.
slowly moving the arm to click on the different boxes.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope one time when Glyph has a really bad day, there's like dial-up sounds, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You do see that they have an Obsidian Adventures Guild patch, and that is the second highest ranking there is. Generally, adventurers who have this are adventurers who stop some sort of evil machination that would result in the destruction of an entire kingdom.
Fancy.
Oh, he's like an Omega Boy Scout.
You're all just silver.
Interesting. I will file that away.
The best part is that to get to gold, we have to save a town or a few villages, but we just keep setting them on
Yeah,
fire.
We do. We really do.
that's why they can't give you the gold yet. They're like, well, what about greenest? Where is it?
That was not our fault.
That
It's
wasn't.
inside the
What's
cube.
We actually stopped a bomb threat in Port Divinarium. So
We also stopped a fire of a town.
Oh wait, I started the bomb threat.
But
Yeah,
the
never
fire
mind.
in the town was started by
By
Glyph.
But we
Rand-
saved it. We
the
saved
randos, the cause and solution to all of the randos problem.
You're just trying to, cheat the system and get the next rank up.
Just play both sides of the coin. You can never
we
lose,
are.
right?
Oh my goodness.
All right, so what's up with this Omega Scout?
They're just standing in the rain, looking the opposite direction of you.
Oh wait,
Yeah, Glyph.
Oh, shit.
opposite direction.
Maybe they're back to us. Yeah, Glyph does mention, just kind of to the group quietly. Gregor O'Connell's assistant, Almond, there, has an obsidian level adventurer's badge.
They kind of remind me of someone. Someone really cool.
Well, thanks, Kritok.
Wait, are we missing Darkblade? Is Darkblade among our things?
No, no one is actually able to transport Darkblade at the moment. The last person who tried to grab it was disintegrated, so they
Oh.
just left it over by the
do-
Doom Cube.
Oh, okay.
we do
so
need to collect
this-
Darkblade. Also,
Yeah, we-
I'm not sure if we need to tell whoever's in charge here that we are leaving.
Yeah, we don't.
I don't
We-
care.
Yeah.
Who is in charge here?
You know that
We never
you
even
are
talked to them in the first place, so it's not our problem.
you were hired by the Duke, and then now you're seemingly being hired by Gregor O'Connell. So, I mean,
Plastic.
they did tell you, like, they just gave you the stuff and said you can head out whenever you're ready. There was no rush.
Perhaps Gregor O'Connell supersedes whoever's in charge here,
They did
which
say
is
they
mildly
were
concerning.
Yeah.
they were a high, like a big benefactor of the Adventurers Guild, and that you know that, like, there's the different groups here. There are like the Wardens who are here. There is the army for the Arcanium. There is Magic is here as well. There's like a lot of different groups that are participating because basically this was a massacre. This was a terrible, terrible event that happened. So everyone's trying to figure out how it happened and how to stop it if it happens again.
We're all trying to find the guy who did this.
Yeah. Well, I guess you all don't know that bit. Never mind. I won't say anything.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I go tap on mysterious Dark Souls NPC's shoulder.
Yeah, they turn around to you.
Oh, is there? It's fully armored, like face and
Yep.
everything.
Yeah.
Just noticed you were like standing a little concerningly. Is everything okay?
You know that everything's all right.
Was that you
That's
talking,
nice.
or was that the voice?
No, that's what you like. You weary know that everything's all right. Like you just
Okay.
suddenly have this feeling like, oh, everything's fine.
Oh, that's weird. How'd you do that?
Yeah, you don't feel anything from that.
Ooh, weird. Okay, well, I'll leave you to it. You keep at it with your standing in the rain.
Kritok is watching from a distance, and he's like, so stoic.
They slowly lift like this. You hear like the armor grind as they lift a thumbs up.
I turn around and I'm like, why am I the one doing social niceties? Now I scuttle back to the group.
Yeah, Glyph, trying to think about who is in charge here, remembers that the Wardens are here, remembers about Greta and Horseperson, who they haven't thought about since they put on the mask.
Mm-hmm.
a month and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
And Glyph was kind of gathering their things to get ready to go, and they kind of stop. Does anyone know where we lost track of Warden, Greta, and Horse Person?
No idea.
I don't think they were with us though. I think they quit following us before Greenest. I thought.
I hope they did.
I'm really a good, people person, keeping track of things like that.
Just stuffing my stuff in my bag more aggressively. It's like, well, we can't do anything about that now.
Nope, that's the spirit.
We should gather Darkblade and get going. Though I am still mildly concerned about why were our spider horses out in the rain?
I wasn't even aware the princess was alive.
Yes.
I thought she got vaporized, so I'm pretty jazzed about that.
No, apparently, spider horses have the innate ability to sense upcoming explosions.
Forgot. That's like an in-canon thing they can do.
And Billy was able to corral them to safety.
Oh, well, we'll just have to look for them ears perking up.
You know,
so
when
that we can run to.
When you're in a world where there are monsters and like constant explosions and adventurers, which is the most dangerous thing there could be, I feel like creatures just start to have a natural evolutionary trait of like, oh, something's about to go down. There's a group of really weird misfit people and then someone in a cloak. Everything just run. So your horses are good. You do see that there is a wagon that has been prepared. It's like a covered wagon. And that you can hook up any one of the spider horses to it. And so it looks like you'll at least have some place that's a little bit dry to sit. Or at least store your things when you're traveling.
Yeah, TK's throwing her stuff, and I'm just like, all right, I'm ready to go.
Absolutely. We can see if we run into Horse Person and Greta and a couple other people along the way, but we can't stay here forever. I have a feeling that the magic people are starting to maybe plot against us. I'm getting that vibe.
I trust you know best, Weary. You're the most familiar with all those magic people.
Yeah, they're not great. They're not my favorites, and I recently had, startling revelations about my past, so I don't really view them in the kindest light right now. So we can get going. I don't have anything else keeping me there.
Yeah, let's head out.
So you all start heading out towards the last place that you know where Darkblade is. You travel for maybe roughly like 10-20 minutes before you start getting to where the Doom Cube is. And the thunderous roar of it as it like churns, and you see like these giant bloody blocks on it are moving, and it always looks like the blood's about to drip down, but it never does. And it's shifting and turning above you. You see all in this area there are a lot of freshly picked corpses of creatures. A lot of like the humanoid bodies are like, people who are in the town have been moved away, but it looks like a lot of the far beasts that were here were left behind, and birds and stuff must have come by and eaten them. And the more and more you travel in there, you see like you're seeing the explosion's results, right? A lot of like where the explosion, the epicenter was, how everything's been pushed away, buildings completely destroyed. You see there was like a brick wall, and you can see there's a vaporized mark of where a person was standing at that moment. You can see there are just absolute terrible signs of destruction. you start actually going on a bit of a slope, and there starts being a bit of water. As you're getting closer and closer to where this explosion happened, and it's weirding you out that you all survived. You all made it through this. You were hurt, for sure. You were badly hurt, but you should have been nothing. There should have been nothing left of any of you. You're going along and like just sort of sloshing through this water with your spider horses. You have to leave the wagon at the top of the slope because you don't want it getting stuck in the mud. And you finally get to this part where the earth is raised up a bit, and stabbed right into this is the dark blade. You see these black and purple flames are flickering around it. This eye opens up at the hilt of the sword and is looking around, and it looks at all of you, and the flames brighten even more, illuminating this area in a strange purplish blackish light. You see there are these blue robes that are partially singed and a lot of ash all around them. Probably the previous magic person who tried to grab the dark blade. And you see the scabbard is beside the blade itself. And all of you hear,
"Well, you sure took your sweet time getting here."
Yeah, we went on vacation.
I feel like I'm sensing a beach episode. Am I too late?
Yes.
Damn.
Think. I guess. Technically, yes, we did have an episode on a beach. I don't know if it would count as an episode so much as like a day.
Well, a day on the beach, fighting, killing, destroying.
Well,
Can't believe I missed
there
it.
was a little destroying. I mostly just surfed.
It was like a normal day at the beach, not like one of those historical events, you know?
Oh, that's cool too. As
Good
you
to
know,
see you too.
1 out of 5 is destroyed. And the one wearing the banded mask took the hammer of creation. I could feel it out there. That douchebag. The bright blade.
Do you know what the Hammer of Creation does?
Yeah. It creates things. Anything.
I
It
don't
can
know
create any
Uh-huh.
magical artifact.
Oh, that's pretty useful.
Honestly, that seems like it would have been more useful than the Dark Blade.
Yeah, could we make
Why
a
didn't we
new
just take
dark
that and
blade
bounce?
with the hammer?
Only somebody.
We could have made 2 Dark Blades.
Yeah, we could have double wielded. It would have been very cool.
Only someone who is truly gifted, or has dealt with the demigod of creation, could have wielded such a hammer, like Kratok.
What are you implying there
What?
exactly?
You saw it. You saw the memories.
You mean the ones in the Doom Cube?
Yeah.
That's
Tall,
what.
faceless being.
They're gone now. They were consumed.
I don't know what to say, but I guess that answers some questions about what exactly was going on there.
Well, I guess it's not only the mass that we have to be careful of. We have to be careful of the bodies.
Bodies?
Yeah.
Like the bodies of the masked wielders, or are you talking about all these bodies that we see littered around here?
Well, this is definitely like a necromancer playground. We should probably get the hell out of here, but...
Gonna say, like, this is very nice and all, but we should probably walk and talk because this place is giving me the heebie-jeebs.
So
Yeah.
who is going to carry the dark blade?
I'll do it.
TK is
Or-
just gonna grab it with her brain.
We could try to, because Glyph does not want to be here. Glyph wants out of here. I can go pick up the sheath, and you can like.
Oh, y'all gotta
Yeah,
arm
let's-
wrestle for it. Okay.
Telekinetically put it into the sheath.
So, about the bodies. The bodies are.
And then you just shove the blade in there.
Wait, why does that make him stop talk? I thought. Didn't he speak in our brains before?
I am really disappointed by the Dark Blade's power if that's all it takes to shut it up.
Yeah, it's deeply
What the
confusing.
hell? Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Oh, you're back.
That's so rude. That's so rude. That's so rude. Wait, I just have to. Over here. All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah?
I had to fix it.
I-
I accidentally transmitted that to every living creature within 2 miles.
What part? About the bodies? That part?
No,
No,
the other
everyone's
part about
rude.
you being rude.
Oh, well, that's fair. I feel like most people within 2 miles have figured that out by now.
Yeah, I've met like a lot of assholes around here.
Yeah. If anything, it's like the people that aren't assholes are more rare than that. So, really preaching to the
It's like
choir.
everybody I bump into is kind of an asshole, you know?
Wait, so if you're thinking that everyone out there is the asshole, are you the asshole?
Yes.
No. I'm awesome.
Glyph picks up the sheath that now has the sword in it. Is he going to do this the whole time?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
That's a common philosophical discussion in Plumeria.
What does that mean?
Am I the asshole? You gotta know.
That sounds like an organic problem. TK,
We should
What?
probably get moving.
the sword is very powerful. I'm not sure if you saw it being wielded, but it does hurt you if you wield it.
Yeah,
So I think
why do you
either
think
you-
I've been touching it with my brain?
So I think either you or I should carry it.
The only time that you're gonna get hurt is when you swing with intention.
So
Okay,
if you
what if I accidentally swing
Yeah.
you?
Well, depends on what I want then.
Okay.
That means it's less volatile than I thought. And now we can leave.
So as you start getting your, like, going back to your spider horses, you're hitting, and like these bodies are popping up in the water, and like they're bobbing up around you, and you're like, oh no. As you're just trying, they're not moving. It's just not a fun situation. As you're,
Every time they pop back up, TK's just gonna brain push them back down.
using them like lily pads. So you get out of the body swamp, and you get back, you set back up your wagon. And if we look at the little map here, where you all are is the remains of Greenest. I'm doing a little ping. The Warped Woods is just straight down this road. It's probably only going to take you a day and a half, maybe 2 days if you take your time to get there. So it's a fairly short ride, and there's also a good road that leads to it.
Yeah, again, Glyph can't emote, but Glyph is super antsy and like goes really quickly back to the spider horses and like gets up on Muffin and just wants to go. It's like, we shouldn't waste much time. Resmir does have a several day head start on us.
And this time we get to be on the offensive as opposed to being, having the crap kicked out of us in, various different degrees of lack of preparedness. Like, we get to jump in this time.
So you have about 2 days where you are on your way out of Greenest and to the Warped Woods. Is there anything that you want to do, anyone you want to talk to in the group, or anything like that during these 2 days?
I do. At some point, while we're just riding, I assume. And is Pesca fixed enough to fly?
Yeah, Pesca's bobbing and weaving.
Okay. At some point, I'm riding next to Weary and Pesca's there. And I kind of I catch a glimpse just at the right angle that I can see the nightmare fish inside of Pesca. And I say, "Oh, Weary, you have placed the nightmare fish back inside of Pesca."
Yeah, it served me well during fights. It seemed like a good plan. Weir's in the middle of putting everything together, and is basically just waiting on the bit of skin with the words printed on it. It's probably gonna be the last thing. But Weir's like already grinded up the heart and gotten everything else ready, and is just kind of nodding along, like, yeah, no, it's definitely hiding inside.
It is a dead fish.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of look away. Weary, can an organic being live inside of another organic being?
Oh, yeah, that would most commonly be a parasite. Something that would essentially hitch a ride. If you imagine another organism like the wagon we're in right now, we would be the parasite in the wagon.
If the wagon were alive.
Yes, if that in the hypothetical, that was the intended setup.
Alora's gonna pipe up and be like, "Or pregnancy? It's not always a parasite. Goodness, Weary."
Oh, right, yes.
Very similar situation, but like.
Oh, I vowed long ago never to have children.
TK calls up from the back. Are we talking about parasites? Technically, my arm is a parasite.
We know,
And
it was
so
really
are,
scary.
All the other weird mushroom shit inside my body giving me brain powers.
So to answer your question, Glyph, yes. There is pregnancy, mushrooms, and stomach bugs.
And I kind of run my hand. I don't touch Pesca, but I kind of run my hand over them. Can machines get parasites?
Why? Is there something rattling around inside you?
I hope not.
I
No,
don't
nothing
know.
rattling.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Then
I
I
roll
don't-
Magitech for this?
I was like, then I don't
Yeah.
know.
TK might not be smart, but she knows a little bit about, this sort of thing. How much do I know about this?
What's the stat for Magitech? Is it just like
Arcana.
okay?
Yeah, and TK has a bonus to it being from the deep.
Being a nerd, yeah.
Yeah, I get an advantage on it.
Nerd.
So that's a dirty 20.
Oh,
You do know that Magitech can be infected with an assortment of different kinds of like programs and stuff like that. Some are malicious, some just kind of collect information, some are like hostile and try to take over. There's an assortment of different things that can happen to Magitech, but it's usually the more advanced the Magitech, the more susceptible it is to having some sort of infection like that. But when things are a little more simple, like it's just like a Magitech gun or even like a camera, you're probably not going to get anything. But something like Glyph or another automata, it's possible.
Have you been feeling all right, Glyph?
Glyph just kind of like.
Not at all a
No, it is-
loaded question.
It's very difficult for me to answer these kinds of questions. Do you mean
Dude.
emotionally or physically?
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
Emotionally, I was feeling quite terrible until our talk the other day. Now I'm feeling less terrible. Physically, I kind of stretch. My new parts do feel strange. I'm not sure if they have completely integrated yet.
Okay, well, you tell me, do you notice anything like, bad.
Surely I will.
Okay.
I have my back to you, so you can't tell I'm lying. No tells.
What brought about this line of questioning, Cliff?
I don't know. I just didn't know if an organic thing could live inside of another organic thing.
Well,
I forgot about pregnancy as well.
Yeah, I assure you, none of us are pregnant. I don't think any of us have had the time.
I don't think I can get pregnant.
Yeah.
Can I roll an insight?
Sure.
Okay. Live, you little whore. I know better. Where he's 17
Who are you rolling this for?
against Glyph.
Glyph is fidgeting more than usual. They seem a little like they're kind of skirting around certain questions, but you can't tell why.
Hey, y'all.
Yes.
Glyph's lying.
Liv.
You lied to me.
To us?
That was a big private conversation with Weary.
Well, everybody
Private
started
conversation.
yelling.
Private conversations only work when you're not two
No, I
feet
didn't say
from
that.
a wagon.
I didn't say that.
To give context, is Kratok driving? Because that's the only thing that's really making sense in my brain
Yeah.
right now.
Kratok's doing his own whole thing, but you guys can go ahead with this.
Kratok has his his Raycons in. So he
Also-
can't.
Also,
You know, the
Ray-Bans.
totally real funding we have. Yeah.
And Kratok's like tentacle arm, like it's like making like a face kind of thing, and then it looks like kind of thing. It's looking.
Raycons.
So what Dish? What's going on? Why the subterfuge?
I wouldn't consider it subterfuge. I would consider it a very personal topic that is also very embarrassing.
Oh, okay. Well, I am a medical doctor, so I will try my best.
Is it the time of the month where you have to update?
Yeah, that's what I was actually going to guess. Like, I don't know if your thought patterns were maybe mapped onto another organic creatures as a template. It might be like normal for some sort of hormonal imbalance to happen, but also that wouldn't make any sense because you don't have hormones. So
We definitely know it's a Tuesday if Glyph is updating.
Glyph wants to sink it to the ground and
Sink or
regrets.
sink?
Oh, that's good.
Ooh.
we're dead.
It's okay, Glyph. We've all got weird bodies with like weird things.
Honestly, this is the only time we've had a discussion about our bodies where it hasn't been like a horrible ick fest. We're just generally okay with how we are now.
I'm not. My body's terrible. There's all sorts of weird shit going on in here.
Mine is like a temple, but a temple that hasn't been used for a long time.
I feel bad a lot.
TK like coughs up blood.
I was just gonna say that I felt dusty and dried out from lack of moisture over a long coma, but that's fine too. I'm really sorry, TK. Do we need to like spritz you with water more often? What does that look like?
I really don't know. Like, there's a lot going on in here. Like, they did a number on me.
It's definitely not water that helps the arm.
All right, it's blood.
But Glyph, when did you last update?
Every time y'all say that word, like, oh,
It's a little
Wish you would
scream
stop.
inside
Yeah.
Glyph.
yes. Glyph's like, you fool. Actually, it was the evening I told you all I was an automata.
Oh,
I
that
was
wildly cool.
I was very damaged, and something happened. I think I was so close to non-functioning that something inside of me doubled. And I think there's a backup. But it's not doing anything. Which is true. That's not a lie. just do not know if I should be concerned.
Is there a way? Well, TK, you might know more about this, but like, could you like force an update so like you could? Damn it! Now my brain can't think of anything else for that. I'm so sorry I did that. But like you have new parts and bits that your body still hasn't adjusted. Maybe doing like just kind of a restart or something. Would that work, TK? What do you think?
Ooh, but
Honestly, I think that you should disconnect from the network.
oh,
As you
yeah.
watch, the Nostradamus thing is blinking in your UI.
That way you won't get any forced automatic updates.
I think I
Right.
told you all that.
In
You
any
can
case-
see the light is on, like the Wi-Fi is
beep on the-
blinking. Yeah,
Forehead.
Wi-fi is
It-
blinking.
Well, here's the thing. If that's
Oh
like a-
yeah, like you'd have to be getting an update from somewhere. Like even if you
Right.
didn't tell us, like an update doesn't just manifest out of nowhere.
we didn't see Glyph pick up a rock with a USB stick on the bottom of it. That's what
Oh,
we
yes.
missed.
How much would our characters reasonably know about technology like that, though?
Kratok, not a lot. Same with Allura. Allura would be pretty, like, you know the basics. Weary has made this their kind of study, so it's fair to say that Weary would have an okay amount of knowledge. And TK is not sure why she knows so much because she's missing a giant chunk of her past.
It's like if if she's just sitting there like, let me think about technology, it'd just be like a blank landscape. But like the second somebody mentions something specific, it's just things popping into her head. It's like, oh, I'm aware of this and know how to handle it.
If once again internally tries to turn off the Nostradamus signal, which I don't think I can do.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and roll me... I guess insight would be the best thing I could think of.
Okay.
You know,
Oh,
now
oh no.
I'm thinking about it.
Say what you're gonna say.
We should really go back to that like lead-lined hats idea that I had.
I don't disagree with that anymore. That actually might be helpful.
Right? Thank you. I'm full of good ideas.
Well, I mean, granted, I'm going to make sure it looks good and not like a horrible metal toupee, but I'm down to wear silly hats. Maybe I'm a weary that has fun now. Maybe that's my thing.
And while y'all were saying that, Glyph internally basically just kind of reached out to that signal to see if I could turn it off, and I rolled a natural 1.
Hell yeah, you did.
Oh no!
All right.
Send them all your telemetry
Or a
data.
4.
So, Glyph.
Wait, should I roll insight to not?
So Glyph, it all goes black for you.
Oh no!
And so this is happening in real time. It's going really quick. So, Glyph, you are falling into this like strange black void space again that you're used to. You look over to the right, and it's kind of like a distance, like 100 feet away. You see the update still chained. A little Sudoku program is just floating in front of them that they can't touch at all. As you can hear the chains kind of rattling every so often. And you are looking around as you feel this connection just ripple through you. And you don't like the way like these like programs are like attaching themselves to it. It feels invasive. Like someone's looking through your logs and they're like poring over all the stuff you have on there, and you can hear someone. Let me just wrap this. That's weird. What the hell's it doing down there? Hey, Centurion Model. What is your latest directive? Please respond, Centurion Model.
The directive is the same directive as before.
The hell?
Continuing procedure.
Hey, It's on that, the dead planet? Why was there a Centurion model down there? No, I don't... Centurion model, where is your commanding operator?
Unknown.
The hell? Centurion model, can you connect with Monarch?
Can I? I'm not. Hold on.
You can.
No.
No. Okay, just like the fight with update, I need to throw up like every firewall I've got. I need to completely like layer this on so I can get away.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That is a 17.
What the hell? No, it's blocking me out. I thought this planet was supposed to be all water. Okay, I have visuals. I can see through its... What the fuck? I can't access anything, but I can see. There's like a tiefling?
I covered my eyes.
A weird what is going on? It's trying to cover its front cameras, but I can access the rest. What is... Oh my god, they're in a wagon. It's like it's a low-tech planet down there. What the hell? And then it cuts off. You manage to sever the connection.
So what y'all saw was while you're talking about silly hats, was Glyph got really still and then held their face.
Glyph, you don't need to be embarrassed. It's okay.
Wait, Glyph? And
We're all going to wear stupid hats.
We're just kind of waves a hand in front. Glyph.
Oh, I don't know what just happened. You said check if there was a network, and I did.
Is that a
And
good thing?
They saw me. They saw us.
Hmm.
I think that was the Nostradamus Corporation.
I thought they were mostly dead.
Well, you did see my memories. We were somewhere that they were running,
Oh, goodness.
and that was a year ago. So they must have some facilities. This... I don't know if this feels like a bad thing.
I feels like a bad thing. They looked through my eyes. I think
TK takes off her moon glasses and slaps them onto Glyph. It's like, there. That'll confuse them. You don't have night vision, do you? Do you have night vision? I never asked.
Not anymore.
Okay, so you're gonna have a hard time seeing with those, but hopefully so will they.
Glyph's like adjusting the glasses in their hat, kind of fixes their voice. I was able to sever the connection.
Okay.
I'm not sure what all they saw besides the inside of the wagon. Curiously, they said that the planet should be dead. Should be all water.
Somebody lied to them.
Maybe they just looked at the other side of the planet.
I mean, that's true. If there was some sort of facility that were completely underwater, then they would think it was all water.
Looks like-
Weary's nose bleeds as I reference Nostradamus Corp. Watch Gradient Descent Mondays, November 15th.
Yeah, and Glyph's like feeling the side of their heads because they felt that they have more optics than they thought they had.
You know
And
that
they-
there's a number of features that you just don't have access to. You're like missing it.
Oh. I have more eyes than I thought I did.
But they definitely went through your logs. You know that.
They did access some part of my memories, I believe.
You're not sure how much they got, or if they really got anything. You know they had access to it, so it's throwing you for a loop.
I'm gonna read like the angstiest, just like teen journal.
The hell's wrong with this robot? Why does it keep freaking out about everything?
Yep, that's it. Next town, everybody's getting lead hats. We're all getting off the network. We're getting off the grid. Underground.
Stylish dead hats.
Well,
So-
I mean, yeah, well, we'll try. Yeah, if we can't find a stylish one, we'll just get like a skull cap, and then we can like put another hat on top of it.
Oh, that'd be fun. We'd have our own little cult look, but
Wait,
we'll
you
figure
don't
it out.
think that your horns act as like antennas, do you?
Glyph doesn't threaten often. Or no, sorry, not Glyph. Weary doesn't threaten often. Weary just leans in really close. And it's just like, if you do anything to my horns, I'm going to write little messages that say kick me on places that you will not be able to see. And I'm going to make sure that random townsfolk kick you for the rest of your days.
There'll be a lot of random downstroke broken arms.
That's fine with me, so long as it inconveniences you.
Meanwhile,
I don't want to be that girl. Like that's not an inconvenience to me.
Meanwhile,
up front with the cart,
the
Kratok.
Raycon's in.
Yeah, he's
Missed
got
that
this.
whole thing.
Kratok is totally tuned out of all of this. So he's kind of half piloting because he knows these woods, I think, better than the others.
Yeah, you haven't been through the warped woods themselves. You took a boat to go around them because it's very dangerous. But you do know you've been through the Enclave of Terra. You've been through like Primaria. You're very used to wooded areas, and it's starting to become. It's like the second day. It's starting to become a lot more like wooded. Like there's a lot more trees everywhere. The rain is lightening up as you're going along. But what are you up to, Kratok?
So despite driving, Kratok's he attempted to improve his songwriting a bit, but the tentacles kind of getting in the way. He sort of like lumps it onto the page and he starts writing, and then he tears the page because tentacles by their nature kind of sort of damp. So he resorted to working on this entire time. I don't know. I assume everyone will probably hear it. He's been working on a French horn solo from the horn he got from Firstborn's French horns. And he's also been working on the Spider Horse song. Since he can't write, the only part that he does really well is like the hook. You can tell he's been trying to add stuff in his head. So he starts off, I'm going to dedicate this one to Billy, who fought so hard for those spider horses to take care of them when times were tough. And he starts singing, well, there's 10 ways to get there, but only one place to go. I'm gonna take a spider horse, 'cause that's the way I know. Working hard, us adventurers, traveling from town to town. We're gonna solve their problems, and then we'll burn it down. Because there's 10 ways to get there, and only one place to go. I'm gonna take a spider horse, because that's the way I know. And that's all he's come up with so far.
Bubbles is beside you, and it's just like the tail's wagging, and they bark every so often, like while you're singing, and they're just excited about the whole thing.
And yeah, he's just doing this musical stuff while everyone's having this, deep
It's like
conversation.
you
In the
can
way.
see, behind Kratok, like Glyph holding their head, and everyone going like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!"
Back there, like taping foil to Cliff just all over, just because we don't know exactly where the receiver is.
It's just letting you.
Kratok, as you are the one driving the wagon, give me a perception check.
Oh, that's 19.
So you have been driving this wagon for quite a while, and it's been relaxing. You've been getting a lot of time to yourself to kind of sort through a lot of thoughts and working on your music and like just having time to just relax. And you look forward, and there is a person that you see. They are wearing these white robes. You can see the trees going in. It's almost a clear line. You see like a bit of a reflective barrier. You know that is the edge of the Great Spell Shield. And you feel this like energy humming in the air. There's this person on the other side of this barrier. They wear like white robes. They have this this red trim that goes along like the sleeves and the hood and the base of it. And the trees on the other side of this barrier are immediately so different. They are twisted and gnarled. There's no leaves on some of them. Some of them have black leaves on them. And you don't see any wildlife. There's just this person, and they have their head dipped a little bit, and they're wearing these robes.
Sisker Talk notices that he's getting close to the edge of the barrier and sees the person. He pulls back hard on the reins. He's like, whoa, stop. And like turns around to see if anyone like saw the person or anything.
Alora is, I'm walking, like, I'm flanking basically, like back behind the wagon. And I'm not paying attention. So I just kind of slam into it. And I'm like, shit, Katak, what the hell?
Yeah, we all feel that sudden stop.
Well, we got two things going on right now. First of all, did anyone see that person in the ropes there?
Katak, Glyph immediately is like out of the back of the wagon with like daggers covered in tinfoil. Katak, are we being accosted?
I don't really know. It was just a weird sighting. I've never seen anyone like this before. Yeah.
Do I see them?
Yeah.
They're still there.
Yeah, they're just, the hood's down a little bit. Their arms are like together in the sleeves, and they're just looking forward. They're at like the side of this road, just on the other side of this barrier.
Kratok points them out, and he's like, look how ominous they are. I don't trust that.
Glyph's gonna, we're still on this side of the barrier, right?
That's right.
Okay. Glyph's gonna turn up the volume on their voice, and they're gonna say, you there. Identify yourself.
You hear a few snaps and cracks as they slowly turn their face. Oh, it's been a while since I got to hold this little guy up. So when I hold this up, it means we're about to dip into some body horror. So if you yourself aren't a fan of hearing gross things, while I have this up, I will be discussing the terrible things that are about to happen. When I bring it back down, that means it's stopped, and I'll give a TLDR. So if you want to go ahead and mute, take some headphones out, anything like that, because it's been a while. This creature turns its head. You hear snapping and crackling. Its skin is this grayish purple, like a warty, like bumps all over it. It doesn't have eyes or a nose. It's one large mouth all over. When it looks towards all of you, you can see 3 to 4 of these bloody rows of teeth. There are bits of skin that hang off of it that sort of move whenever it turns its head, like it's molting almost. And you can see just inside the base of its neck, there are these maggots that are like crawling up and like falling back down into the robes. So this creepy person has just a face that is a mouth, and they have bugs underneath those robes. They turn towards all of you. You hear this voice.
I am waiting for Alora.
What? Me?
Yes, I am the ambassador. I am here to see you through the warped woods. We've been expecting you.
Did my uncle send you?
No, Alder Bramble has not been by in some time. I have been sent by the warped court.
Who are they?
Their head twitches a little bit as they slowly reorient their body, and they shift a little bit, now fully facing all of you. They look like they're about maybe 6'1" or so. They're like they got a very large frame underneath these robes. As they look almost as if they're listening for a second. They go,
We are the Fae that have been abandoned. We are not of the Seelie Court. We are not of the Unseelie Court. We are of the Warped Court.
Okay. So you're good guys then, right? Like you're not gonna kill us? You said see us through. You can see us through if you like kill us. So you're not gonna kill us, right?
As long as you respect the forest, we will see you through.
What?
Respect the forest. We'll be fine. Thank you for your help.
There are great things in store for your future, Godling. We look forward to it.
I'm not so good under pressure, but I appreciate the sentiment. Katak, go ahead and follow. I'll keep flanking.
Oh, wait, we have to deal with issue number 2. That might actually be a problem, but I did think of this. Weary, we've been in this magical barrier for a long time. What happens if we go out now? Like, is everything just fine, or are there weird side effects?
Ooh, good question. Lucas, can I roll to see what I would know about that?
Yeah. Roll me an Arcana.
Sure. That is a clean 22.
So, the Great Spell Shield does give off magical pollution, and that is one of the reasons why the Warped Woods existed. And you know that, like, if you, like, camped, like, right under the spell shield, you'd probably have some pretty bad effects happen to you, but you should be fine passing through it. It'll probably feel gross, just like when you passed through it before, but there shouldn't be any kind of effect.
It should be fine so long as we're not spending a lot of time underneath.
All right, let's shove off then.
Yes,
I was
please.
still using the voice changer for that whole explanation.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Yeah, Kutak will just start up the wagon again. He'll dig his heels into the horse.
Glyph kind of still is in front with their weapons out, and they don't know what any of those words mean that person just said.
Mm-hmm.
Celia, that means nothing. And they're just like, are we sure we can trust this being?
Yes.
Worst comes to worst.
No, absolutely not.
Worst comes to worst, we light them on fire like everything else.
smash them.
They twitch towards Weary's direction.
Yes.
You must respect the forest, or else the forest will consume you.
Is this like a caveat thing where you're part of the forest so we can't hurt you?
All Fae are a part of the forest,
Awfully convenient.
just like Alora is a part of the forest.
But what?
Can we just not argue
What if
with this
some of
omnipotent
us-
being? Can we just
What?
follow his instructions and respect the force? I just want to get out of here.
I would like to define what respect means.
party just wants to burn the
if I'm a
forest.
smartass,
Yeah.
is that respect or not?
Okay,
Like,
you know,
is that fine? Because
I don't
it's
like
really
to hear,
hard for me.
I don't like to hear Alora upset like this. Let's just go, and if it attacks us, we'll defend ourselves. Easy as that.
Alora
can
does
just-
not.
Oh.
Oh, Alora does not want us to damage the forest, so we will not.
I am as much a part of it as it is of me. Please don't. That'll hurt.
So what do you all do?
Follow, even if it's like mouth and worms guy.
Wait, Alora, is it disrespectful to drive a wagon through the woods?
Not inherently. You're fine. Just don't disturb anybody.
All right, let's go.
You begin moving the wagon, and the being, they turn around and they start walking. But their legs don't move at all. It's just like they're standing and they're sort of gliding over the ground. Everyone roll a perception check.
Got a 14.
11.
17.
I got a 24.
Ooh.
A lot.
Well, all right. So everyone aside from Weary, as they're going through, you see there are a lot of scuttle marks underneath, like wherever they're going. Tiny, numerous like insect scratchings as they're moving along. They're not
Yes.
gloating, floating above the ground, but they're just moving with many legs.
Like one of those crabs.
So as you are following along with this being, they twist their head around while their body is still facing forward, looking at Alora.
We were very happy when we heard you would be coming through the warped woods.
Well, this sounds like a conversation I should probably move to the front for. And then I'll be run. What do you mean?
You are connected with the world tree. It is a part of you.
What does that even mean? That's like the fourth time someone said that to me, and I don't understand. What?
Well,
world
it's your
tree?
leg at the moment.
My leg? My leg is the world tree?
It is a piece. It grew from the branch you carry with you.
The branch that Uncle Bramble gave me?
Yes. We want you to heal the woods. Bring us back. Restore the glory of the forest.
Are you sure you've got the right godling? Mom and Pop tried to get me to heal a tree that I accidentally shot a hole through, and it didn't go very well. I I'm just a baby. I've never really done that. How am I supposed to do that?
Come to the court. We can show you.
Is this part of the whole ascension thing? Do I have to eat somebody?
No, you've already done that. Speak to the Queen. They want to speak with you. They want to help you, so you can help them. They always return the favor.
Is this gonna detract from the quest that I'm already on? I kind of told my friends I'd help them. Or is this kind of like, I can do it on the way?
Do you seek someone? The ghouls, perhaps?
Yeah, we're trying to fight these mask people, cult people, for the masks so we can destroy them. Could that actually help with the forest thing?
The crawling chaos. Yes. Aid us, and we can show you their research facility.
They wave a hand, and you watch as all these worms and beetles come out of the ground, and what were once wagon tracks that looked like they'd been washed away from so much rain, they just like kind of go up and form the tracks, and then they sink back down.
We know where they hide. The crawling chaos whispers to them. We hear the whispers.
Okay, it would... I would have to lead them out of the forest, though. How long would it take for us to get out of here?
It'll take about a week to make it to their facility. But if you wish for us to show you their facility, we need you to stop by somewhere first.
Sure, of course.
Thank you, Alora. We always knew you would be the savior you were meant to be.
Don't put that pressure on me.
What about you other four? You are riding along. These woods are twisted. They the trees, like some of them meld into one another. You see every so often there are shadows of things that bounce along the trees, that move around.
Glyph got on Muffin, and that conversation, Glyph was like specifically staying between Alora and this figure, because Glyph, I did not trust them at all. Also, as we get deeper into the woods, I don't like any of this. Glyph's never been in any kind of like deep forest. This is like the opposite of everything they're used to. So every little shadow, every little like bug chirping, they don't like any of this. There's too much happening.
Weary.
Yes.
This is fucking weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Weirdly enough, I miss the cool cows. This place is somehow worse.
Talk. Oh.
Yep. What's up, TK?
Be ready to gun it.
Yeah. Do you want to
Just
drive?
like run over this guy if we need to.
TK, would you take over driving? This is kind of a little spooky for me. All these shadows are really, really threatening.
Okay, yeah. That's a good idea. Give me a good line of sight to just like rip things in half if I need to.
It's a good plan, yeah.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it.
Talk, are you okay?
I've never seen woods quite like this. They're usually a lot friendlier looking, at least for me.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, hey, we're all here together. You haven't taken any weird chemicals I've given you, so everything you're seeing is definitely real. And
it's just one of those things, like when you see something you're a little familiar with, but it's not quite right, versus not knowing what it is at all.
Oh, so let's put a pin in that, because I'm pretty sure we all have some deep, yet to be unlocked memories, I think, to some extent for all of us. So that might become useful in the future.
Oh, and speaking of chemicals, Weary, I will definitely be down for some chemicals.
Uh-huh.
To,
It's time to
liven up this experience a little bit.
Oh, I was going to ask you be slightly more specific, because I have a lot of caustic chemicals right now. I haven't developed my repertoire for expanded awareness.
Give her battery acid.
The worst thing is that it would probably do nothing.
Battery acid is just the strain, okay?
Yeah.
That's just an ingredient in Kilgore's best.
Yeah, it's all
Kritok,
it's battery acid all the way down.
You're the most aware as you are panicking and looking around constantly. Roll me a perception.
Oh boy. That's a 13.
You are looking back and forth, and you keep seeing the same tree. You keep seeing this one tree covered in moss at a strange angle. It's always wrapped around other trees. And eventually at one point you look over to your right and that tree's there again. And you watch as it leans over. These eyes open up. It smiles. These broken teeth, each tooth about the size of your arm. As it looks down at you, it wasn't a tree at all. It was a giant. And that's where we're going to end it.
Wait, the tentacle arm or the real arm?
His wingspan.
They're about the same.
Yeah.
Gigantic.
Wait, real quick. Last week, Kritok flew. Doesn't Kritok use
Good
his arms
point.
to fly?
I forgot. It was a beach
Hold on.
episode.
No, he has wings. It's just his hand
Yeah.
that's a tentacle.
Oh,
Okay,
I
yeah.
thought
there.
he used his hands.
No,
Okay.
it's not like an entire arm tentacle. It's just where a hand would be.
Oh.
So there's still like
okay.
feathers and like the
Oh.
whole hollow bone thing going on, and then just tentacle on the end.
Y'all, we gotta go meet the queen.
And I never thought I would say this, but I missed the Arcanium.
Yeah, this got real spooky real fast.
and I
Where are
hate
the
it
ear
because I know saying where are the ear mice and I miss the Arcanium just vindicates Lucas even more.
You're all sitting there, you're complaining about neck gloves and weird, eccentric store owners. And now you're in the spooky woods.
Oh no! We chose this. We could have gone to desert land, or we could have gone to the desert level, the ice level. It could have been anything.
To be fair, anywhere you went, you knew it was going to happen, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Did you all have fun today?
Yes.
Yeah.
So much
Some-
pressure.
Oh man, yeah. Every time somebody's like, "You're great, Destiny," and it's like, "Please stop."
I was so excited that you all chose the Warped Woods. I'm like, yes, I love this place. I have so much terrible things that live in these woods. I'm so excited. And all of you, when you went right through that spell shield, I thought you were about to turn around. I thought you were like, you know what? No. And I was like, no, no, I haven't. It's right there.
We're just gonna live in the Arcanum forever.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck this. They'll come to us, right?
They will, or we'll lose either way.
We'll just train the whole time. And
Yeah.
by the time the
Training
bad guy
montage.
shows up, we'll be good.
We'll have a great training montage. Fight we have a bunch of ear mice with punching bags, and we're running upstairs.
The only progression Kritok knows of is musical, okay?
That's fair. That is fair.
Awesome.
All right. Let's go around the table. Anywhere you want to like plug and anything that you're in, any cool stuff that you have coming up, anything you want to recommend, by all means. My name is Lucas. I've been your DM for this evening as I've taken you from the Arcanium slowly into the Enclave of Terra. I am the DM for Ballad of the Seven Dice podcast. If you want to hear a story about me destroying an entire world and bringing people from all different planets and all that to fight an eldritch war, then by all means, check that out, because it's a lot of fun, and I get to add a lot of sound effects and good stuff. I also recently guested in the Lovely Craftians' latest episode, where I played Fabio, the insect therapist who eats people's stress. So, of course, they have to stress people out a lot before they get to that sweet point, and then they eat it all. Just good times. So if you feel like just kind of listening to an episode with a lot of feeling, then by all means, check out the latest episode of Lovely Craftians. My recommendation for today is a very different podcast compared to this one. If you wanted a podcast where you could listen to it with your kids or like younger people, and you didn't have to worry about just showing all these terrible like body horror moments, that kind of stuff to them, then check out Tombs of the Chaos Bard, where it is a family-friendly D&D podcast where they follow along with a group of adventurers who just get wrapped up into all the classic chaos shenanigans, but you don't have to worry about it getting too rough or having coarse language. So check out, it's a lot of fun. I listened to like 3 or 4 episodes of it. I had a pretty good time. So that is Tomes of the Chaos Bard. Ian.
Well, I have my usual slate of too many things going on, but you can find me on Twitter at Ian_Caliente, in which not much is going on, just like, retweeting other cool projects. Last week, I recommended joining in on the Kickstarter for Mothership, the sci-fi horror RPG system that I'm using to run Nostradamus Corp Radiant Descent. They are super duper funded. It's going great. They're really up there on those stretch goals, and it's a bunch of cool stuff. So I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to getting my stuff eventually. It'll probably be sometime next year. You know how Kickstarter goes. And then besides Nostradamus Corp Radiant Descent, which comes back November 15th, Monday at 7:30 EST, where you can find out more about Monarch. The way I freaked out when Lucas said Monarch, and I was like, "Ooh, let me grab the voice mod just in case." Like I was ready. I was ready to be the omniscient god of a giant machine factory. So yeah, it's just a good time. Definitely a lot of robo hell horror. It's gonna ramp up. Really, there's been some lighter stuff for the first episode, but it just gets worse. So I'm looking forward to that. And then the podcast that I'm working on, Demigods of Seaside Valley, is still forthcoming, but we are 4 episodes in terms of recording. And the tentative name for episode 4 is going to be Lightning McQueen Anime Car. So I'm very excited for naming these episodes because I've had a blast. So I look forward to letting you all know about release dates and social medias and all that when they happen. But you know how it goes. Projects that are new are slow going sometimes, but we make it work.
Awesome. Meg.
Hey, I'm Meg. You can find me on Twitter at Narnia's Pants, where I'm usually retweeting and talking about doing charity stuff these days. Screeching about work because I am an educator in the middle of a panini. It ain't fun. I hate it. Things to say, things to do. Besides just me screeching about my job, I do like to do charity stuff or boosting other minority voices. The current thing I am going to help promote right now is an upcoming charity from Utopia. They are doing a BIPOC sci-fi day, so they're going to do a bunch of different TTRPGs like The Expanse, Thirsty Space Lesbians based off of the Thirsty Sword Lesbians game, Star Wars. There's I'm probably going to get yelled at for mispronouncing this, but I think it's Maharlika. Then you have Kids on Hoverboards, as opposed to Kids on Bikes. They have Alien RPG, Scum and Villainy, and Lancer, and they're going to be talking about more of each of the games, and probably about later this week. The fundraiser will be benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America. So that is cool. And then if you also follow me and you've been keeping up to date, I have been working with a friend of mine, Honey and Dice, and she is gearing up to start doing another charity for Christmas time. I can't remember the name of it, but I think it's like Hope Foundation or Hope Incorporation or something Asian. But it's Hope inspired, and so I work with her on building healthcare kits for homeless little ones. So this last weekend we just did bath kits for babies and toddlers, so little brushes, soaps and everything for that for parents and children who are homeless. And we've got another one coming up that she's working on, and so yeah, I'll be retweeting that a lot, so just try and follow for that. Also, buy our merch. I'm like the last one to finally get my shirt, but buy our merch. Lucas was yelling at me for like weeks. I got it. It is very soft and it's nice. It makes a nice present, and Christmas is coming up, so do it. Start dropping hints at your family. Be like, hey, I like this show. Buy me this stuff. So yeah.
I second that completely. Jess.
Muted. Yeah, I'm Jess. I'm art_fantastical on Twitter and Instagram. Just posting art and reposting other people's projects, just like Ian. Don't really have anything to plug. I did just participate in our friend of the show, Josh, of Are We Dead Yet podcast. We just recorded the holiday episode, and it's a doozy, and you will not guess how we save the day if we do. And it's a lot of fun, and that'll be coming out in December some point. So look forward to that. I'll plug it again once it's actually out and has a title. But that was a lot of fun, and yeah, someday I'll learn in this game not to like try to do anything. Try to do things.
No. You always push the barrier. That's why I immediately tried to contact a bad guy in Ian's game, and I shot robots.
Yeah. I was going to say, very cool that you saved the day when you played in Josh's game, as opposed to when I ran Josh's game and one of the players led a coup to take over the island.
It happens. Yeah, good stuff.
Eve.
Sailing away.
I'm having one of those nights. You can find me over at Copper Harpy on the Twitter. It's Copper as in the metal, Harpy as in the bird monster. And yeah, I don't really have too much to plug either. I guess Friday I'm going to be probably streaming. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. I haven't really caught any new podcasts lately. I haven't been watching much shows.
Everybody said
I'm gonna you know what my recommendation is? A nice long 8-hour sleep.
I heard about those.
Yeah.
It exists.
Just a solid 8 hours. Don't do like I do and get into the habit of sleeping only 6 and then expecting to be able to sleep longer than that on your days off. You just get into the habit of 6, and so you just wake up 6 hours later, and then you're tired forever.
Well, damn. Now I'm tired.
This episode of Rise is brought to you by sleep. Get some.
Oh, I want to. Jason.
Well, to add on to that, I'd say this episode of Rise is brought to you by Fever Dreams because that's really what most of this has been. Besides that, I'm Jason _42 here and on Twitter. I also play Draxir in the Ballad of the Chosen Few, the wonderful Ballad of the Seven Dice podcast. Check it out on podcatchers near you. I make it sound like they're in your neighborhood. They're just on the internet, okay? I've been on a podcast listening journey, and currently I'm on Heartbeats, which is Xander, Rob, and Jazz bringing you some very, very wholesome stories, very much unlike here. I finally see what Lucas is talking about, though. Some
It's
background
there.
horror.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a vibe going on with just a little bit too much mystery, and you're wondering what's going to happen.
That's
It doesn't
because
actually happen.
Xander can't help themselves. They have to put horror in there. I know it's just seeping out of their person.
Anyways, I recently ran into the episode with Johnny Doggo, who is like the full hoo-ha-hoo kind of, favorite cartoon character, but it's 10 times more endearing because he's a dog. So it's just great. I highly recommend you go check it out. Anyways, thanks for coming out, everyone.
Yeah,
Also,
thanks.
real quick, round of applause for Jason's song today.
Oh, yeah.
Yay for the bard. Good job.
Now I'm going to turn purple. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you all Tuesday. Bye now.
Bye.
Goodbye.